The half mandarin. Nakato stood in her small apartment in Karika, staring at her bank app. The balance was red in spirit, even if the numbers were black. Between the rising cost of charcoal, her younger brother's school requirements, and the slow days at her boutique, she felt like she was running on a treadmill that was moving backward. Her grandmother, Akello, was visiting from the village, sitting on a mat in the corner, peeling a mandarin with a calm that Nakato found almost annoying. "Grandmother, how can you be so peaceful?" Nakato sighed, throwing her phone on the sofa. "The more I struggle, the less I have. I am working so hard, but nothing stays in my hand." Akello looked up, her eyes bright despite the wrinkles. "Nakato, when you look at your life, do you see a garden that is drying up, or do you see the few green leaves that are still fighting?" "I see bills, grandmother," Nakato snapped. Akello gently split the mandarin into two halves and held one up. "If I give you this half mandarin, and you complain that it is not a whole one, why would I give you another? I will think you don't even like fruit. But if you eat it with joy, I will gladly peel the next one for you." The words stayed with Nakato. The next day, she went to her shop. Usually, she sat behind the counter looking bored and stressed. But today, she decided to try Akello's way. A woman walked in, a window shopper who usually spent 30 minutes browsing and never bought anything. Normally, Nakato would ignore her. Instead, Nakato smiled. "Good morning, Mama. That color you're holding looks beautiful against your skin. Even if you're not buying today, thank you for brightening my shop with your presence." The woman looked startled. They chatted for a while, and though she didn't buy a dress, she left smiling. An hour later, she returned with her sister, who needed an outfit for a wedding. They bought 2 dresses and a handbag. Nakato felt a spark. She began practicing appreciation for the little things already in her life. Instead of complaining about the cost of data, she thanked God she could market her clothes on WhatsApp. She thanked her regular driver for getting her home safely every night. Soon, he started giving her loyalty prices and picking her up first when it rained. Even when a customer bought only a cheap pair of earrings, she wrapped them carefully and said, "Webale Neo. This helps my business grow." Within 3 months, Nakato's shop felt different. It wasn't just about the clothes anymore, people came for the energy. One evening, she sat with Akello again. The bank app didn't look so frightening. Her brother's school fees were paid, and there was even a little savings. "You were right, grandmother," Nakato said, peeling another mandarin. "I thought I needed more to be grateful. But I realized I needed to be grateful to get more. When I stopped holding my breath for the big win and started thanking the small breaths, the big wins started looking for me." Akello smiled. "The world is a mirror, Nakato. If you frown at it, it frowns back. If you say thank you for the little you have, the universe assumes you are a good keeper of treasures, and it sends you more to look after. Gratitude turns what you have into enough, and enough into overflow." If this story spoke to you, like, share, comment, and subscribe. You never know who needs this reminder today.